talked about the 4 customer types, and before we move on to the actual write-up process, the mechanics of write-up or what it's going to look like to the customer, I want to talk about general customer expectations. See, each one of those quadrant types has very specific needs, and that's what we've discussed. But there are some general customer expectations when they come walking through your door that every repair shop needs to keep in mind. So, what do customers expect when they come to you? First of all, why are they coming to you? They're generally coming to you because they can't take care of whatever the issue is themselves. How does that make them feel? It makes them feel a little bit out of control, doesn't it? Because they need you. They don't have a choice. And that doesn't happen every day in our life. You know, an analogy might be going to the doctor. You can't fix what's wrong with you. You need the doctor. You have to trust that person, don't you? Because you don't have the knowledge yourself. Well, the same is true with their vehicle. And in many ways, shops are doctors to vehicles. The person needs you, but they still have some expectations. Maybe it's a very negative expectation. Maybe they expect the experience to be poor. And if so, you have a significant opportunity to improve on that expectation. But what else do they expect? In 15 years of working for a major automotive manufacturer, with my job being customer satisfaction, customer retention, and avoiding lemon law, I learned through experience that 90% of customers that we went to lemon law or arbitration with just felt they hadn't been listened to. Customers expect to be listened to. That's their number one expectation. Think about it when you take your vehicle into a different repair shop. What is your expectation? Do you not expect the person behind this counter to listen to what you're saying? I know I do. So that's their first expectation, to be listened to. Their second expectation is to receive value for their money. When I ask groups, what's the number one reason customers hate bringing their car to you? The number one answer is money. The number one reason is really convenience. Okay, and I'll save that discussion for a little bit later too. But they show up at your facility knowing they're going to spend some money. And most customers, 90% of them, are okay with that. But they expect to receive value for that money. So they expect to be listened to. They expect to receive value for their money. They expect an effort to be made with repairing their vehicle. We talk about fixed right first time a lot. And that is when I show up with a problem to your shop, problem with my vehicle, you fix that vehicle right the first time I'm in. Does it happen all the time? No, it doesn't. Can we improve it? Yes, we can. But the bottom line is, the industry being what it is, cars being what they are, and technology being what it is, we can't always get it right the first time. But an effort should be made to alleviate that customer's concern. And if a customer sees that an effort is actually being made, they'll be a lot more patient with you. So they expect to be listened to, they expect value for their money, and they expect an effort to be made to alleviate their concerns. Those are the general expectations. Now, I would suggest to you that what they don't expect is just as important as what they do expect. People are funny about their cars, right? And you may be one of them. When customers get their vehicle back from a repair shop, when they walk away from the counter, after they've given you the money, they get in their car and they want it to be like nobody was ever in that vehicle. They don't expect fingerprints on the dashboard. They don't expect the radio to be on a different station or turned up too loud or even too low. They don't expect their seat moved. Some of these expectations are realistic and some are not. But they're expecting the vehicle to be just like it was when they brought it to you, minus whatever problem was. So that's something they don't expect. They don't expect, dirt in the back seat. They don't expect fingerprints. They don't expect trash in their car, hamburger wrappers in their car. Keep that in mind. They don't expect to come back to you for more than one repair attempt. Whether that's realistic or not, we can discuss that. But they don't expect to have to come back more than one time. They don't expect to not receive value for their money. So keep those expectations in mind, that they want to be listened to, they want the concern to be alleviated, or at least an attempt to be made. And they need to perceive the attempt was made, and they want value for their money. Those are the general expectations. Now we'll talk about the write-up process. Stay tuned.